All right, beautiful people, it's time. I'm gonna turn my music up just a little bit. Grab a spot on your mat. Best part of the day right here. We're gonna start in a child's pose. So spread your knees, tuck your toes, sink your hips, and let's begin to breathe. Taking a big inhale through your nose, feel your rib cage expand to touch your thighs. Hold that breath, squeeze, and as you exhale, sink your hips a little bit closer to your heels. Inhale as you reach through the crown of your head, lengthen your spine. Exhale as you sink your chest. Spread your fingertips wide, root down through your palms, lift your elbows, big inhale. Exhale, let your entire body sink. And we'll pause right here for about 4 or 5 breaths, taking a moment to radically arrive on your mat. Tuning out every single distraction from the day. Choosing to be present. Wherever you're at, take one more big inhale. On your exhale, let's walk our hands over to the right. Lengthen through your spine, and on the exhale, sink your chest, dropping your left shoulder down so that it's even with the right. Lengthening from your fingertips all the way down to your hip crease. Gently release, walk back through to center, big inhale. On the exhale, walking your hands over to the left, lengthening through your right side body. On your next exhale, dropping your right shoulder down so that it's even with the left. Creating a big stretch from your fingertips down to your hip crease. And release, come back through to center. On your next inhale, slowly roll up, coming into a tabletop, wrists under shoulders, knees under your hips. Take a couple rounds of cat-cow. Waking up your low back, middle back, and upper back. Let's take that movement side to side. Lengthening through your side body on one side, crunching the obliques on the other. And come back to center, nice neutral spine. Let's take that movement into a circle all the way up and around like you've got a hula hoop around your middle and you want to touch every single edge. If you're going in one direction, go ahead and reverse. Come back to center, nice neutral spine right here. I want to focus on our shoulder blades. I'm going to turn to the side. I don't know if that'll make a difference or not. Focus on your shoulder blade, pushing into the mat. Peel the shoulder blades apart. So your spine doesn't move, just those shoulder blades. So you're sending the middle of your back up towards the ceiling. On an exhale, bring those shoulder blades to touch. So again, your spine doesn't move, your shoulder blades squeeze. If there was a pencil between them, you'd be able to hold that pencil right there between those shoulder blades. Push into the palms, peel the shoulder blades apart, creating a big, broad back, domed towards the ceiling. Exhale, shoulder blades touch, squeeze. Inhale, dome your shoulder blades. Last time, exhale, let those shoulder blades touch. Inhale to neutral, find that middle space. We're going to bring the shoulders in the opposite direction. This time we're going to shrug the shoulders up by our ears. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then exhale, draw those shoulders down your back toward your hips. Inhale, up toward your ears. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades down your back. 2 more times. Last time. And release, find neutral, shake it out. Go ahead and curl your toes under. Send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. First down dog of the day. Should feel so good. Sending your heels towards the mat, sending your tailbone towards the ceiling, chest towards your thighs. Something we talked about on Friday, maybe think about sending a little bit of energy through the soft parts of your elbows and through your armpits. A little bit of energy. I know that sounds kind of funky, but maybe that mental picture is going to help you turn on your traps and your lats. Squeeze here, pushing into the first and second knuckles. Put a tiny bend in your knees, gaze between your palms. Walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat, forward fold. Pause right here. First big stretch of the day. Wake up your hamstrings. Maybe you rock side to side. Maybe you bounce. Let's bring our right hand down towards the mat. Lift the left palm as you twist open. You have the option to keep your knees straight, or you can bend that right knee deep. So you're kind of popping that left hip a little bit. Should get you a little stretch on the outside of that hip, should feel good. Gazing over the fingertips. Option to add a half bind. You took that half bind, release. Come back to center. Other side, bending the left knee deep open towards the right. Hopping that right hip. Option to add that half bind. Took the bind, release. Bringing the palm back down to the mat. Take an inhale, halfway lift as you lean forward into your toes. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, soft bend in the knees, root to rise all the way up. Exhale as you draw through the heart center. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your palms. Keeping the right foot forward, step back on the left, coming into your high lunge. Pause for a moment right here, wake up your hips. Rolling your shoulders down your back, creating a broad collarbone. Go ahead and plant your palms. Step that front foot back. We're gonna hold it in our high plank with this foot lifted. I know I said I was gonna do the same flow that I did on Friday, and I am, but I'm also gonna bring in a little bit of what we did last week with our ekapada. So we're gonna step that front foot back, but keep it covered. Hold here in your high plank. Yeah, stay with me. Bring that knee to nose. Send it right back, high plank. Bring that knee to right elbow. Send it back. One more, knee to left elbow, high plank, stay there. Send it back, keep that foot lifted. And let it go. Finish your flow from there. Nice job, guys. So meeting back in that downward facing dog. Put a tiny bend in your knees, gaze between your palms. Walk, step, or hop. Pause right here, big exhale, forward fold. Root down through your left palm, open to the right. Option to bend your left knee. Option to add a half bind. Release that half bind. Exhale the palm back towards the mat. Other side, root down through the right. Bend the right knee, open to the left. Option to half bind. Release the half bind. Exhale the palm back towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lean forward into your toes. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. Exhale, prayer center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms, leading the left foot forward. Step back on the right this time. So opposite from what you did before. Pause right here. Wake up your hips. Roll your shoulders down your back, creating a broad collarbone as you lift your heart. When you're ready, we'll plant our palms. We will step that front foot back, but keep it lifted. Ekapada. Yeah. Exhale, knee to nose. Send it back, high plank. Keep it lifted. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Send it back, keep it lifted. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Send it back, keep it lifted. And let it go. Finish your flow. Yeah. Excellent work, you guys. Back into downward facing. I'm going to start to take that flow. I'm going to start to add on to it just a little bit. Bend your knees. Gaze between your palms. Walk, step, or hop. I'm going to take the twists out this time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, prayer center. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Big exhale, fold, let it go. We're gonna leave the right foot forward, step back with the left. When you're ready, rise up to crescent lunge. Pause right here. Hips are shining like headlights, straight forward. You're getting a nice stretch on the front of your hip. Draw those shoulders down your back. Excellent. Open up, warrior two. Tiny little reverse here. Back to two. And cartwheel down. All right, option to take your Ekapada variation here, or option to stick with your regular vinyasa flow, your choice. You ready? Step that front foot back. Knee to nose. Send it back. Knee to right elbow. Send it back. Knee to left elbow. Send it back. And finish that flow. Excellent work, you guys. Meeting back in a downward facing dog. When you're ready, bend your knees, gaze between your palms, walk, step or hop, top of your mat. Again, we're taking those twists out of the flow. Go right into your sun's out A, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, prayer. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Leading your left foot forward, step back with the right. Rise up, crescent lunge. Pause right here, shining your hips forward like headlights. Draw the shoulders down your back. Open up, warrior two. Nice. Guiding this front knee, it's going to want to close in. See if you can guide it open towards your pinky toe. Tiny hinge forward, flip your front palm, reach back, reverse. Okay. Back to warrior two. And cartwheel down, friend foot. Option to Ekapada or option to add that variation. Step that front foot back. Knee to nose. Send it back. Knee to left elbow. Send it back. Knee to right elbow. Send it back. Finish the flow. Meeting back in a downward facing dog. I'm gonna take that same flow. I'm gonna start to add on to it. Bend your knees, gaze between your palms. Walk, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, let it go. Inhale, root down to rise up. Maybe you add a little back bend at the top if that feels good. Exhale through to prayer center, let it go. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant your palms. We're going to step back with the left foot so the right foot stays forward. Rise up to crescent lunge. You got it. We've been here before. Relax your shoulders. Open up warrior two. Tiny hinge forward and reverse. Rise back to warrior two. This time, we're gonna cartwheel open to the other side, find a twist. So that back hand is gonna come down, top hand is gonna come up. You come high on the back toes, twist towards your inner thigh. So you see it one more time. We went from here, cartwheel, here. Yeah. So you've got that twist. Those inner thighs are squeezing, abs are turned on, glutes are turned on. Now we're gonna take a teeny tiny reverse. It's gonna be smaller on this side since we're twisting. Reaching up out of your hips. You got it, rise back up. See if we can unwind, cartwheel back to that warrior two. Yeah, excellent. And then cartwheel all the way down from your foot. Beautiful. Option to vinyasa, option to add that ekapada variation. You ready? Step it back. Knee to nose. Flip the foot. Knee to right elbow. Flip back. Knee to left elbow. Flip back. Finish that vinyasa flow. Excellent work, you guys. Meeting back in a downward facing dog. We'll take the same flow on the other side. Bend your knees. Gaze between your palms. Walk, step, or hop. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, prayer center. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, shoulders draw back. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Plant your palms, leave the left foot forward, stepping back with the right. Rise up, crescent lunge. Beautiful. Open up warrior two. Nice tiny reverse. Back to two. Find that cartwheel to twist. So top hand's gonna come up, bottom hand's gonna come down. High on the back toes. Turn towards that inner thigh. Maybe you gaze over your back fingertips. Add a little bitty reverse here. Rise back up. Cartwheel back to that warrior two. And cartwheel down, high lunge. Excellent, very nice. Vinyasa or Adhyakapani. Excellent work, you guys. Leaning back in a downward facing. We're gonna take that same flow and we're gonna add on to it again. Bend the knees, gaze between your palms, walk, step or hop to the top of your mat. You guys know the flow from here. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, prayer. Inhale, rise. Option to add a little back bend at the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms. Leave that right foot forward. Step back with the left. Rise up to crescent lunge. Yeah, you know this. Starting to feel very, very familiar. Should feel good every time you find it. Open up warrior two. Little reverse here. Back to two. Reaching forward, let's find a side angle. That bottom elbow is going to come to your thigh. Top elbow is going to reach past the crown of your head. So you've got one line from your top fingertips to your back toes. You're creating space between your rib cage and your thigh. Rise back up, warrior two. And we're gonna cartwheel back into that twist. So bottom hand or back hand comes down, front hand comes up, twisting towards the inner thigh, high on the back toes. Gaze over the back fingertips. Inner thighs are turned on, glutes are turned on, abs are turned on. Little bitty reverse. And back up. This time we're going to come into that twisted version of our side angle. So that front elbow is going to come to your knee. Hands are going to come to prayer. I'll actually turn to the side so you can see it. Looks like this. Yeah, so you're rooting into that bottom elbow to create space between your rib cage and your front thigh. Excellent. Super, super strong. Last breath here. Rise back up, keep the twist. Open back, warrior two. Cartwheel down, high lunge. Yeah, you made it. That thigh should be burning just a little bit. It worked really hard. Option vinyasa, option to add the ekapada, your choice. Ready? Here we go. Excellent work, you guys. Meeting back in your downward facing dog. Cycle through the breath. When you're ready, bend your knees, gaze between your palms, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, prayer center. Inhale, all the way up. Option to add a little bitty back bend. And forward fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time we're going to leave our left foot forward, step back with the right. Rise up, crescent lunge. Beautiful. Open up, warrior two. Reverse. Warrior two. Reaching forward, side angle. Nice. See if you can feel an extension through your rib cage. So you're reaching all the way through your shoulder socket to your fingertips, down to your toes. Lots of length. Should feel good. Rise back to two. And we're going to cartwheel into that twist. High on the back toes. Yeah, you got it. Add the reverse. And rise back up. Reaching forward, front elbow to front thigh, hands to prayer. Rise back up. Cartwheel back to warrior two. Cartwheel down, frame your foot. That front thigh is super strong. Step it back. Vinyasa or Ekapada. Move it with your breath. Excellent work, you guys. Meeting back in a downward facing dog. Pause right here. Cycle through the breath. I'm going to take the flow. I'm going to add on to it one last time. You got it. 2 more breaths here. When you're ready, gaze between your fingertips. Bend your knees, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, crescent. Inhale all the way up. Little back bend if you want it. And exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. And fold. Plant your palms. Leave that right foot forward. Step back with the left. Rise up to crescent lunge. Somebody's got their windows open because I can hear birds chirping in the background. It's so nice. It sounds very springy. Open up, warrior two. Reverse. Warrior two. Side angle. This time, here's your add-on. We're gonna move forward into a half moon pose. So I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see you're here. So we're gonna fly the arms. We're gonna begin to come light on the back toes, stacking the shoulders, stacking the hips, find the balance. It's gonna look like this. Okay. So you have the option to leave your bottom hand on the floor. This is a good spot if you've got a yoga block to hold onto a yoga block. Or if you feel sturdy in your balance, you can float that bottom hand up off the floor, stacking your shoulders, stacking your hips. Then if you're really feeling fancy and confident, maybe you take your gaze towards the ceiling. Nice. When you're ready, we're gonna float back super graceful into our warrior two. Slow and controlled. Ready? Excellent, you got it, nice. Cartwheel to that other side, find the twist. High on the back toes. You got it. Tiny little reverse here. Reach up and back. Rise back up. Side angle, or our version of side angle, which is our hands to prayer. Elbow to front knee. All right, same thing here. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. We're going to fly our arms, and we're going to lift off that back foot into a revolved half moon. Ready? Yeah, so just like what you did on that first side, except this time you're twisting towards that inner thigh. You can leave the bottom hand on the floor, or you can float it up off. Nice, you got it. Squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your abs. Yeah. All right, just like we did on the first side, we're gonna come out of this super, super graceful, slow and controlled, right back to where we came from. Excellent. Cartwheel back to warrior two. Cartwheel down, high lunge. Excellent. This is the second to last time you're gonna see this ecopota variation if you want it. Ready? Here we go. Leaning back in that downward facing dog, cycling through the breath. It's all good. We're gonna pause here for about 4 more breaths. If you wanna take a child's pose, you can. You've got 1 more side, and then we start to cool down. If you took a child's pose, go ahead and slowly rise back up. Everybody put a bend in your knees, gaze between your palms, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, let it go. Inhale, rise all the way up, little back bend at the top if you want it. Exhale, hands through to prayer. Inhale, all the way up, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, clench your palms, leaving the left foot forward, step back with the right. Rise up, crescent lunge. Excellent, you got it. Open up, warrior two. Reverse. Back to two. Side angle. From here, we're going to fly the arms. Light on that back foot. Find your half moon pose. You ready? Stacking the shoulders, stacking the hips. Option to let that bottom hand come to the floor. Slow and controlled. We're going to float back to a warrior two. Super graceful. You got it. Nice. Excellent. Cartwheel into that twist. Last time you're going to see it right here. Little bitty reverse. Up. Find that version of your side angle, elbow to knee. When you're ready, we're going to become light on that back foot. Fly the arms, find your revolved half moon. Twisting towards that inner thigh. Maybe your front hand comes to the mat. Maybe it floats. Yeah, you got it. Super slow and controlled. Float back right where you came from. Excellent. Cartwheel back, warrior two. Cartwheel down, high lunge. This is your last strong push before we start to cool down. Option to vinyasa, option to add that ekapada variation. Here we go. Excellent work. When you find your way back to down dog, go ahead, bend your knees, sink your hips, coming into a child's pose. Let your body rest for a moment, let it soak in all the work that it just accomplished. Breathe here. Wherever you're at, take one more big inhale, fill up every empty space with breath. Hold that breath at the top, squeeze. Biggest exhale yet, right here. Let everything go, empty out your lungs. On your next inhale, slowly roll up. Come to a tabletop. Go ahead and sink your hips. We'll spin our feet forward into a seat. Nice work, guys. Starting to cool down. The hard part's over. Take that right foot out, left foot in. On an inhale, tall spine. Exhale, pivot over that thigh and forward fold. Letting everything go. Maybe you reach your toes, maybe you don't. It's all good. Option here, if it feels good, you can sway side to side. Maybe you make kind of a U shape with your upper body. Relaxing your shoulders. Maybe you allow your jaw to unhinge while you're here. Wherever you're at, take one more inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, relax your shoulders. On your next inhale, slowly roll all the way up. We're going to take the hand that's close to the bent knee and send it behind you. The extended arm is going to reach up and back past the crown of your head. Lift your hips. Big side body stretch. And then release. Deliver your hips right back down. Stay with me. We're going to switch our hands. And then the bent foot is going to cross over your thigh. Follow it as you reach past the crown of your head. Lift your hips, big side body stretch. And gently deliver your hips right back down. Stay with me. The feet are going to stay where they are. Hands are going to switch. And then exhale into that twist. Your elbow is going to come across your thigh. So you're twisting towards the inner thigh, gazing over your back shoulder. And gently release, coming out of that twist. Again, keep your feet crossed. Left leg is over the right. We're going to bring the heel that's closest to you to your hip. Knees are going to try to stack. So it's a little bit pretzel-y. Knees on top of knees, heel to hip. If you're not there, that's okay. Just think about that as being the goal. You should feel a stretch on the outside of your hip and on the back side of your extended leg. All right. Option to stay here, sitting nice and tall, or option to begin to lean forward. On an inhale, lengthen your spine wherever you're at. On an exhale, relax your shoulders. Slowly roll all the way up. I'm going to throw one more transition at you. This is one that we have not tried before. So your right hand is going to grab the ankle that is next to your right hand. Your left hand is going to grab the extended ankle, and you're going to roll back, coming into, I think it's called like a reverse butterfly. It has a fancier name, but I have heard it called reverse butterfly. So grabbing ankles, coming back right here. So turn to the side so you can see it too. Your legs are crossed and you're grabbing onto either your ankles or your shins and gently pulling down. So you should get a stretch on the outside of both of your hips. See if you can draw your shoulders back down to the mat. And then see if you can draw your tailbone back down towards the mat. Yeah, your shoulders are relaxed, but you're still using a little bit of upper body strength to guide your feet a little bit closer to the floor. Nice. One more inhale here. On the exhale, you can unwind, bring your knees to your chest, and we'll rock and roll it all the way back up to a seat. Yeah, we gotta try it on the other side. Nice work, guys. This time we'll take our left leg out. Bring the right leg in. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, pivot and fold. Pause right here. See if you can not anticipate what's going to happen on this side. You've already done it once on the first side, so you know what's going to happen. See if you can get it out of your brain. Don't anticipate it. Don't worry about it. Stay right here. Maybe you sway back and forth. Maybe you make that little U shape. See if you can unhinge your jaw while you're here. On your next inhale, lengthen your spine. On the exhale, relax your shoulders. On the inhale, slowly roll all the way up. The hand that's closest to your bent knee is going to come behind you. Lift your hips, reach past the crown of your head. And gently deliver the hips right back down. Stay with me, the hands are gonna switch. That bent foot is gonna cross, and you're gonna follow it all the way up. And gently deliver those hips right back down. Stay with me, the feet are gonna stay where they are. The hands are gonna switch. Exhale, elbow is gonna come across your thigh. So you're twisting towards that inner thigh, gaze over your back shoulder, bringing out your spine. Nice, gently release, unwind back to center. We're gonna bring the heel that's closest to you to your left hip. Knees are gonna stack. So that might not be accessible. Think about that as being the goal wherever you're at. You can stay nice and tall, or you can begin to hinge forward. Wherever you're at, take a big inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, relax your shoulders. Inhale, slowly roll all the way back up. We're gonna try that funky reverse butterfly one more time. So the hand that's closest to the bent leg is gonna grab that ankle. Other hand's gonna grab the other ankle, all right? Rock and roll it back. If you wanna get into it a different way, you could just rock back, cross the right leg over the left. That works too, all right? So here you can relax your shoulders. Let them fall to the floor beneath you. Maybe you send that tailbone just half an inch closer to the floor. Shoulders, stay relaxed as you gently pull your feet a little bit closer to the ground. One more breath here. And we're gonna gently release, uncross your legs, squeeze both knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug, squeeze everything in, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. We're gonna release on 3, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 1, 2, 3. Big exhale, release. Coming into Savasana, final resting pose. You made it. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your low belly. Allow your body to totally surrender, totally sink into the mat. I threw some challenging things at you today. You killed it. You did an amazing job. Allow your body to soak in the benefits of your practice. Let your toes fall open. Let your eyelids soften. Softening the backs of your knees, the crooks of your elbows. Allowing your hips and your shoulders to grow heavy. Unhinging your jaw and letting every single muscle that lives in your forehead to gently melt away. You can allow your mind to rest here, and I'll let you know when it's time to come back. Gently begin wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, bringing some movement back into your body. On an inhale, sweep your arms all the way up by your ears, total body stretch, reaching from the tips of your fingers down through the tips of your toes. On an exhale, gently roll onto either side, coming into a supported fetal position. Gently root down through the top palm and lift up, coming into a seat. Together, let's take a big inhale up. Exhale, draw through to center. One more time, big inhale up. Exhale as you draw through to center. I'm going to give you something just a little bit hokey. We did this on Friday. Go with me for a second. I want you to imagine the other people that are in our Zoom room. Just imagine every other soul that's in here with you. And I want you to pick somebody, hold their hand in your mind. Give that hand a little squeeze. In yoga, we end with namaste, which means the light in me sees, acknowledges, and respects the light in each and every one of you. Thank you guys, and namaste.
Namaste.